What's going on, Quotation Nation? QuotebyLee coming at you with another Pokemon Sun and Moon news video. And we are super hyped. We are over on Cerebi.net checking out the leaks. And we are not alone. Today we have our boy Victory Lane with us.
What's up, Quotation Nation? Let's do this.
Sup. Alright, so as you guys can see, we've got a pile of trash on our screen right now. We're looking at the Alolan Grimer. Colonel Mustard Mouth himself, the nastiest Pokemon I have seen in a long time. I don't know. He just looks bad. What do you think?
It looks like that's what Rattata has been rolling around in.
Definitely,
that's That's how Rattata got the dark type, because it came off that slimy Grimer. Dude.
Yeah,
this time came right out of the sewer, not even like a power plant.
I really think that Pokemon dropped the ball on this one. Come on, Game Freak. It's like the design, they gave him buck teeth, turned him green, and gave him a yellow beard. It's like they didn't change his shape like they did with Ninetales. They gave Ninetales more of a fluffy tail. Marowak, they completely gave him that that ghost fire typing. It almost feels like they got a little bit lazy.
Well, to me, what I think is they made Rattata look more like a rat, and they made Grimer look more like
a sewer.
Yeah.
It is the dark typing is. It's not 100% confirmed. CoroCoro does say that it is still. They're still doing like translations stuff, but it's probably like 95% that it's going to be dark type. So poison type, poison dark isn't a terrible typing. You know, we got Drapion, Stuntank, and you know it's not the worst typing, but I definitely don't think it's the best. I will have to wait till I see Muck for any final judgments, but as far as Grimer goes, I'm not a fan.
Muck's just gonna look like a thicker Grimer.
Yeah, are they gonna put a bunch of this yellow stuff all over Muck? I really don't hope so. And if this offends anybody out there, I'm sorry. If you think this Grimer is beautiful, you're wrong. You just are. This guy, he doesn't look that great.
You know what would win me over for a Muck?
Yeah.
Is if they went like the Doug Trio route, except it's like 3 Grimers in one. I think that could be cool.
That'd be interesting, to say the least. Okay, so we're not going to spend all the time on this guy. CoroCoro gave us a lot of information. We're going to dive into one of the coolest things that we've seen, which is the evolution for Jangmo-o. So, just looking on the screen right away, you know, I didn't fall in love with this Pokemon until I really looked at him. I looked at him first and I was like, oh, it's kind of like not what I wanted it to be. But the more I look at him, he's like, yo, he looks like a samurai dragon. He looks like he could be holding a katana and chop some people up. He looks pretty dang sweet. And he does have that Ankylosaurus kind of feel with that giant tail that could just sweep people. I don't know. Dragon fighting typing, which is awesome. First of its typing. What do you think?
I like it a lot. Honestly, my first thought of the first evolution, the second form, it looks like an armored up dragon Charmeleon to me.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty dope. And like, I had high expectations for this, and I'd say it came fairly close to meeting that, because I was a little put off at first, and then when I looked at it, and then I think when I see the 3D model of it, I'll like it all the much more. So
I'm not even gonna try to. What were the names again? It was like
Jangmo-o,
Jorango, and like
Jerarango.
Like Jerarango. It's like I'm not sure if those are gonna be the Japanese names or what, or if those are the English names, then those are some of the hardest Pokemon names to say ever. But yeah, this guy, he's really cool. He has bulletproof and soundproof as his abilities we knew from Jangmo-o. Unsure if it'll have a third hidden ability. Some Pokemon do, some don't. It's hard to tell with this guy. But yeah, like you were saying, it really almost does feel like an evolution from like first gen, you know, with Charmander turning into like Charmeleon. The only thing I can think of is like Charmeleon makes this huge leap and bound to like Charizard, and this it doesn't like surprise me by what it really turns into. But it is a really solid evolution. I'm really, really happy with this Pokemon. Can't wait to get Jangmo on the squad.
And yeah, I also I thought the typing was cool for, like you said, first of its kind. And I like Dragon. I like fighting. Man, fairies are starting to rule the roost. Get blasted by a moonblast.
I really do wish that fighting resisted ice, because that would help him out.
That would have sold it for me.
Because, you know, it gives him more weaknesses. He's got the fairy weakness. He has the psychic weakness now because of the fighting. He has the dragon weakness, ice weakness. So that's 4 weaknesses, right? What else? Flying? Or does dragon resist flying? I don't think so.
I don't think so. And does dragon resist ground? Because I can see ground.
It doesn't resist ground, but fighting isn't weak to ground.
It's not?
No. But yeah, so he has like 5 weaknesses, which isn't great. I can see this guy being kind of like a Gudra, not the fastest, because he's got all this armor. I don't think he's going to be a fast. But I think he can be bulky. I think that he'll be powerful. He looks more physical than special, but I think he could be mixed, similar to Hydreigon, where Hydreigon has... Oh, what's Hydreigon's base stats? It's got like base 110 special attack and like base 90 attack, so it can be run as a mixed. Yeah. And I can see this guy being run that way. Definitely gonna benefit from like moves like Outrage. I think he'll get like close combat, which would be really, really good on him.
That would. Any swooping move,
super, really good. But yeah, that is Jangmo, Jorango, and Jarengo, or whatever. Jararengo! Okay, now we're going to talk about the next awesome thing, which is on your screen right now, the Type Null evolution, which is called Sylvandi. Now, again, possibly that's the Japanese name, not the American name. We'll have to find out. But he looks so sweet. The mask has come off. A lot of people were theorizing that he was going to get a evolution because his description, or Type Null's description, talks about how his true potential is harnessed by the mask. And so that was correct. A lot of people suspecting that the mask being broken and his full potential is reached. And it says in the little bit of description and stuff that it's due to like a strong bond or something. So possible evolution due to like the Pokemon liking you, so you might have to raise its likeness to you or whatever. But what do you think about this Sylvandi?
I like it a lot. I wasn't exactly sure where to go from Type Null, but it seems like a natural evolution for it, and I like how it's got that Arceus feel and how he can change his typing, and then the new multi-attack move based on the item, get that stab that you like. So yeah. And then then what you were saying earlier, like before the video, how you get any of those chain moves and stuff, and I could see that really just killing it.
Yeah, I think his ability's cool. It talks about an item that he holds called Memory, and they're not sure if it's just one item or 2 items, but I could definitely see it being... I could see it being either. I hope it's just one, because I don't want to go collect 18 of these. But it does have an Arceus feel, where Arceus gets the plates and can turn Judgment into any type of attack. So it's like a mini Arceus. I think it's going to have really great stats. You know, it's really cool. He's got like the front legs of like a Staraptor or a Unpheasant almost. Hind legs are, I don't know what those are made up of. And he's got like a Wishy-Washy or Gyarados tail. I don't know. I think he's cool because he's a synthetic Pokemon. But it makes me feel like this Pokemon is not something you can breed, because, you know, it's synthetically made. And we know that Gladion has this Pokemon. So it's like, are we going to get a post-game? Or what's the whole deal with this?
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be something like towards the very end when you do the final fight, he'll give it to you for whoever the last bad guy is.
Yeah. I mean,
and yeah, I don't see, maybe you could breed it.
I don't know. I mean, I would be fine with breeding it so that you can get good stats, good IVs and everything, but if it's a synthetically made Pokemon, how do you breed it? Like they theoretically should only be one because they created it to combat mythical Pokemon, the legendaries. I don't know, but it does make sense that we get this post game. I think. And that we get its true potential, or near the end, because I think the Ultra Beasts. I think this thing was created for the Ultra Beasts more than just legendary Pokemon, and I think that the climax of Ultra Beasts is going to be towards the end of the game, and that's when we're going to get this. And if you watch in the trailer, like when Gladian has it, he's shaking his hand, he's got his like Sasuke hair or whatever. He doesn't have complete control over it, and this thing evolves when it has like great trust and someone has complete control over it, and that's when it reaches its full potential. So I think that he doesn't have the potential to get it in its final form. The other thing is it gonna be like a normal evolution, or is it gonna be due to its ability, or what do you think? How are we gonna evolve?
I think it'll be a happiness thing, like a Riolu to Lucario type deal. I mean, based on the description we read, that makes the most sense. But would I be surprised if there was a more significant way? No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the last little thing I want to talk about this guy is how his design-wise. So he's got like his mohawk thing, and he's got his eyes and this little like disc thing on the side of his head. So that actually will change color depending on the typing that he is. So whatever item he's holding and typing, you allow him to be. That will change, which I think is cool. Because I want to see like the dark type. Is it gonna like glow dark like black flames or something? I think that'd be super sweet.
The one thing I thought of though with the color change is it's cool that it changes color, but also I thought of a Zoroark type deal where it's like you don't know what type he is. I mean, Zoroark, you don't know who he is, but like if you didn't know what color he was,
that would be interesting. That'd make him a lot more competitively viable because not knowing what type. Wow, I didn't think about that. Okay, so that is Sylvandi. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this guy and about the other Pokemon. Last thing we're gonna talk about before we do a quick recap is this guy right here. You can see me circling him on your screen. So this guy, his name is like Iwani or something. Let me look here. His name is Ilmia. And according to CoroCoro, this guy is going to be the first trial captain, which is very interesting to me because we know from the Pokemon website of the 4 trial captains. And so I had thought there's only going to be 4 trial captains and then 4 kahunas that we battle. But this is making it seem like we're going to have multiple trial captains, possibly 3 to 4 on each island. What do you think?
Well, right there, just the way you described it, kind of made me think of sort of like an Elite Four for each thing, and then you fight the champion of the island, being the kahunas. The captain itself, he just looks like your everyday scrub first gym leader, except for Brock.
Hey, Brock wasn't a scrub.
I was saying though, Brock wasn't a scrub.
Everybody else is like, what's her name in 3rd gen? Roxanne. Roxanne's a scrub. I hate Roxanne. Get that nose pass out of here.
Yeah, or the 5th gen, first gym leader. I forget.
Who was that? It wasn't. Was it the Rock? Was it
the
Rourke?
nerd-looking one? I don't remember.
I think it was Rourke. I don't remember.
No, it wasn't Rourke.
But yeah, this guy.
Looks
he has
pretty
pink
average.
hair.
Pink hair.
So all the other trial captains are based on a typing. We have, I don't remember the blue girl's name. We have the grass girl, which is Malo. Then we have Sophocles, which is electric type, and then we have the black guy with the red hair, the fire type guy. So possibly a trial captain for each type. So that'd make 18 trial captains. There's 4 islands. So how do you divide that evenly?
You can't.
You can't. So that'd be like 4 on 2 islands and like 6 or 5 on the other islands.
It'd have to be 5.
I don't know. Well, that one island, the volcano, is pretty big, so I could see there being 5 trials there.
Well, unless... Yeah, true.
But I don't know. I really think that it'll be more like 2 or 3 per island. I don't think we're going to get one for each type, because I think the Kahunas will fill in like a type role as well. But yeah, this guy, based on the pink hair, I think fairy, which is interesting that he'd be a fairy type would be the first type, because in 6th gen you don't fight the fairy gym until I think it's the sixth gym badge, so it's kind of later in the game. So having fairy type as a trial early in the game is kind of interesting to me. But that is pretty much it for the CoroCoro leaks. We are supposed to be getting information via the Pokemon YouTube channel within the next couple days, so we'll take a look at that. I don't know if we'll do an update video on that, because it's most likely just gonna cover all the information we already went over in this video. But if there's anything new, then we will take a look at it and go over it again in depth. So just as a recap, we talked about Grimer, how ugly he is, and he's a scrub. We talked about the dragon type, Jangmo-o getting that fighting typing, which isn't great but not terrible. And he looks dope. I'm so excited to use him on my team. Just, oh, look at him. He's got like an axe blade mouth and that samurai hat. He looks super, super dope. And then we talked about Sylvandi. There's some other stuff here in the CoroCoro that we're not going to go over. You got the Z bracelet, you know, the Eevee and the Pikachu exclusive Z moves, stuff like that. And then it'll all be linked in the description to the website, so that you guys can check it out and take a look for yourselves. If you like this video, as always, guys, hit subscribe, hit like. Let me know what you guys think about CoroCoro leak. What do you think about Grimer? What do you think about the dragon type Jangmo-o, Jorango, and Jorangago, or whatever? And let me know about Sylvandi as well. You have anything else to add, Victory Lane?
No.
Nothing else. Okay. So that is gonna end the thing. As always, guys, if you are not hydrating, you are dehydrating. Quote by Lee.